I'm Brigid McLeer and I'm a visual artist. The work that I make is often very project-based and quite kind of long. It takes a long time to make. I had been working on a project before this that was based around a factory fire that happened in Thailand, and then found out about Super Slow Way and the work that they're doing, and I put together a proposal for this piece of work, which extended the previous project into not just talking about one fire, but talking about now a total of 11 different factory fires and disasters that have happened since the 19th century. This work is called Collateral, and it's a textile-based memorial to factory workers who die working in the global textile trade, created collaboratively with myself and local women, and it's going to be sited here in Queen Street Mill in Burnley. This is the middle of the panel, and in the centre of it there's a map of all the shipping routes. So I've just started doing on the machine the outline of the countries, and these blue lines are the routes. Super Slow Way took me here to Queen Street Mill. It's just such an incredible environment, amazing space. And then we also went to Gawthorpe Hall and I saw the textile collection there. Then I found out about the Battle of Britain panel, which is a 4.5 metre long, nearly 2 metre wide, machine-made lace panel that commemorates the Battle of Britain. And it really struck me that you could take the imagery of this panel and just change it, put other images in there, images of burning factories or of references to the dead from these factories, and create a memorial to people who are not being remembered at that kind of global public scale. So this isn't about personal memory, it's about collective and public memory, really. So who gets the right to be remembered? So the piece is a translation of the Battle of Britain panel. Over 20 people have been involved in the production of it. I mean, I've been sort of blown away by the generosity of the people who've been involved.
It's been good to see other people's ideas and techniques evolved.
Although we're working on different things, it's all connected. I think it's very personal as well. When you see all these work coming together, it's just sort of very emotional.
The piece is all white on white, so it's white stitching on a white base. We're using two kinds of fabric. We're using a fairly transparent organza, organdy fabric, and then we're using a woven cotton.
It's been a challenge. I've never done white work before. And I love to learn new things, and I think by doing this it's sort of giving me the confidence to sort of do more of these kind of challenges and things like that.
Initially I did one of the factories using machine embroidery, which is the smoke and the flames and the water in the factory building, and then the factory was white work with drawn thread, so the two techniques combined.
On the original panel, there's a border of wheat sheaves, and the shape reminded me of one of the images that I was working with, where there are people who have died in one of the fires and they've been taken out of the building and wrapped up in fabric, and they're laid out outside the building. I did a drawing of one body, and then we put a call out across the country to ask people if they would like to stitch a body. We've had well over 100 of those come back to us, and they will form the outside border. The whole piece is going to be sitting here in the middle of the loom shed, and then there will be threads coming out from the factory images, and there'll be a thread for everybody who's died. Workers in the textile industry around the world are effectively considered collateral damage. One of the things that I wanted to do with the piece in a way was to kind of draw attention in some ways to the repetition of these tragedies and the story of everyone going right back, all the way back as far as you want to go to the middle of the 19th century. The story is always the same. It's always people, working in unsafe environments, and then when something happens, the doors are locked, the windows are barred, they can't get out.
I didn't know about all these fires, to be honest. And then I realized 4 of the fires were from Bangladesh, and I'm from Bangladesh myself. I knew about Rana Plaza and then a recent one, but I didn't really know. And it just sort of makes me think about, what's been happening and how unfair it's been all over the textile industry.
You look at the loss of life around the world, and it's incredible really that health and safety measures just aren't in place.
I think it's going to be a real proper testament to the time that's been put into it. And hopefully it will be something that will move people or that they will feel responsive to. It's not about information. We can find the information anywhere. Lots of people know this information, but hopefully what the work does is it makes some space to remember the people who have died in these disasters and to give time to them. In addition to that, there's going to be a video piece that I've made with a folk duo called Lunar Tractors. They came to the mill and sang in the mill and did clogging. That's part of the video piece, which is going to accompany transcriptions of an interview that I did some years ago with one of the survivors of one of the fires. I'm really so thrilled that Super Slow Way gave me the commission to be able to do this for the biennial. I haven't really made a piece of work of this scale before with this amount of people involved in it. I've felt really lucky to be able to do that.